Alright, so I just wanted to start off and say, if you're not caught up to One Piece manga chapter 818, there are going to be spoilers in here. So, in chapter 818, we just discovered the road poneglyphs, and that Big Mom and Kaido each have one, and that one is right on Zou. So I just wanted to talk about where I think the Straw Hats are going to be going next. So I think big thing to point out is that there are two things that the audience knows that the Straw Hats don't know. One is that Blackbeard is going to go fight the revolutionaries, and the other is that Jack is coming back to Zou. So that's important because I think that someone is going to be staying on Zou, and then obviously Luffy is going to be going to Big Mom's place, Whole Cake Island, and someone's going to be going to Wano. I think they're going to split up because of the way Oda has set up the new world. Each Yonko seems, except for Shanks, but we haven't really seen much of Shanks, each Yonko seems to divide up their crew under their main fighters and have them go out on their own. So I think Luffy's going to start doing the same thing. So the first one, which is obvious, is Chopper's going to stay on Zou because, well, he fell in love, which is adorable, and two, because he wants to make sure that they're all safe. And also, I think it's important to notice that Luffy has basically claimed Zou as his own without actually saying it, and maybe he doesn't even realize it, but he's made friends there, they've saved them, and the road poneglyph is there, which he's going to have to protect. So he's basically claimed Zou as his. So they're going to stay there for a little while to protect it. So I think Chopper is going to stay there. Luffy's obviously going to go to Whole Cake Island because he's already declared that. And then Zoro is going to go to Wano because he's super interested in the samurai. We saw that right from when they got the call when he found out that there was a samurai on Punk Hazard. And we saw it again when he first met Kinemon and Kinemon cut the fire. Zoro said he's going to go with him to help save his son because he wants to see how a samurai fights. So Zoro's definitely going to go there, and obviously Law's going to go there because, well, again, Law's a swordsman, so it kind of makes sense, but also because there's a Yonko there, and Law, a Yonko that they've agreed to fight, and Law wants to get the road poneglyphs as well, so they're going to stay alive to beat up Kaido, and so Zoro and Law are definitely going to go there with the samurai. So then where does everyone else go? Well, I think it's important to note that Luffy will probably not be taking the Sunny with him to Whole Cake Island because he doesn't want to be noticed right away. So I don't think that Frankie's going to go with him because Frankie's going to stay with the Sunny. So Frankie will probably stay on Zou because Law's going to take his ship to Wano. Luffy's going to take a different ship to Zou. So Frankie will stay there with Chopper. And I think either Nami or Usopp's going to go with Luffy because they want to keep Luffy from fighting, which we know isn't going to happen. He's obviously going to fight Big Mom, especially since Sanji's already there, and Jinbei's probably going to end up there because Jinbei has to go back to Big Mom to break off his alliance with her. We already know that because he told the king he was going to do that. So either Nami or Usopp's going to go with him. I think it's going to be Usopp because Usopp's also the most useful in a fight, and so that's how Oda's going to want to set up, and he already has Pickums to navigate for him. So that means Nami will probably stay on Zou as well. And then Robin's probably going to go with Luffy as well. Because even though he'll be taking her right into danger, he's not going to let her out of his sight again. He was going to stay with her to protect her. He's already basically confirmed that. So Robin, Usopp, Luffy, and Pickums are going to go to Whole Cake Island to get Sanji, and probably meet up with Jinbei. And so for Chopper, Franky, and Nami are going to stay on Zo. I think that works out because then I think that Zoro, Brook, Law, obviously the rest of the Heart Pirates, and the Samurai are going to go to Wano. But that means that Chopper, Franky, and Robin are going to have to fight against Jack on their own. But it also, so that kind of makes sense because if you think about it, they're going to have the Minks there, so the Minks are going to be useful in fight, so you don't need the strongest people to fight against Jack. And I think Chopper versus Jack is the fight that Oda's trying to set up, because Chopper's monster point is basically an awakened zone. So I think it's going to work out that they're going to fight. And then the plan is going to be for everyone to meet up in Wano in a couple of weeks or whatever. But that's not going to work out because they're going to be fighting against Jack. And as we know, that fight could last for a long time because that's what happened with the Minks. And then I think Luffy's going to get word that Blackbeard is fighting the revolutionaries. I think he's going to want to go help because he's going to have Robin with him, and Robin's going to want to help the revolutionaries as well. And then obviously Dragon and Sabo are going to be there, so he's going to want to go there. So that means that Luffy's first going to have to fight Big Mom with Robin, Usopp, Sanji, and Jinbei. And then he's going to go and then he's going to try and go over to help the revolutionaries, but I think Blackbeard's already going to be gone by then. That fight's going to be over by the time he gets there. But it means that Nami, Chopper, and Franky will be fighting against Jack, and then Zoro, Law's crew, and the Samurai are going to be fighting against Kaido. I think those are going to be really interesting fights that he's trying to set up. And I'm going to talk more about how those fights are probably going to play out in my next video. So for now, ponder that over, leave comments if you agree or disagree, and if you think they're going to go somewhere else, or if you think they're not going to split up or something, let me know. And stay classy, Internet.